or... No, it's not cheating. I don't think it's cheating. I believe it's a craftiness. Maybe we have a lot more of it in South America than in Europe, but it's not cheating.
Why did you say about the hand of God?
Because God gives us a hand. Because he gave us a hand. Because it is very difficult for it not to be seen by two people. The referee and the linesman, so that's why I said it was the hand of God.
Personally, I blame the referee and the linesman, not you, if that counts. The second goal, it's probably the one and only time in my whole career that I felt like applauding the opposition scoring a goal. Your best goal?
It's the dream goal, the dream goal. As footballers always dream of scoring the best goal in history. We dream it and we have it in our heads. And the truth is, to score that goal for me was fantastic. And in a World Cup. Incredible.
Y contra Inglaterra, más todavía.
When you talk about playing against Italy, for example, Uruguay or Brazil, it is much more complicated to do the move that I did while playing against England. Because the English player is a lot more noble, much more honest on the pitch.
Just one thing. I think they were trying to kick you, they just couldn't catch you.
Of course. Was it Peter Reid? That's right. He wanted. You could see him. You could just see him trying, but just not making it. He couldn't reach. And then, when I faced the sweeper, what was his name?
Fennick.
Fennick, the one with the long hair. When I faced him, I saw that Valdano and Bruchaga passed me from over there, so I dummied him. And Fennick did this. He didn't know what to do, whether to go this way or that. And when I kicked it forward, I saw Shilton coming out, and I dummied him. Like this. And Shilton spread himself like this. I just touched it like this, and Butcher was closing in. He gave me a kick on my right leg, but when Butcher came closing in, I'd already touched the ball.
You went on to win the World Cup. Highlight of your career?
Son dos. Mi primer sueño es jugar en el Mundial. Y el segundo es salir campeón.
It was. I think it was the moment of glory, of total glory. A World Cup in which we weren't the favorites, but we became stronger as we progressed through the tournament, game after game. Personally, it was the ultimate achievement, the ultimate.
A lot of people around the world say that Maradona won this World Cup on his own, that they didn't have a good team. What do you say about that? No. We had a great team. A good team became a much greater one because of my presence. I recognize that. But I am also totally convinced that I didn't win the World Cup alone. That's a fact. Without the team's contribution, I might have won the game against England. But not all the games we won after that.
His romantic interlude with Italian football ended in tears, like so much in his life. After Argentina knocked Italy out of the 1990 World Cup, the nation where he'd lived for 7 years turned against him. But despite the cost to his professional career, Maradona has no regrets.
If the deal had been that I would have to pay what I ended up paying for knocking Italy out, I'd say, okay, I've paid my dues now. Then they threw me out. But the joy I felt of knocking Italy out, for me, who was living in Italy, it was fantastic.
1-2's Maradona! However, that was not the only positive result he gave. He was kicked out of the tournament after a failed drugs test.
The player Diego Maradona has therefore violated the provisions of the doping control regulations.
It was a mistake. We used to take Ripple fuel, which doesn't contain ephedrine here in Argentina, but it does in America. It was a mistake on the part of my doctors. I was a cocaine addict at the time, and that's not an advantage. But if my intention had been to take a performance-enhancing drug, I would have chosen other stuff. I don't know, much stronger stuff available at the time, but not ephedrine.
You got a big suspension at that stage. How were you received when you got home? What was the reaction like of your people?
My people have always been with me. My family, my wife, my daughters. What was tough was being out of football for so long. I was an addict. An addict, and this means there's no going back. It's not about blaming or looking for excuses. No. I was an addict. It's not because I wasn't playing football, or because I didn't score more goals, or because I didn't train every day. No, no, it's an illness. It's a disease. And today, thank God, I am able to get up every day.
A diet of cocaine and fast food had a desperate effect on the health of Maradona. His first major heart problem came when he was 40. A few years later, he suffered a second, more serious attack. At the age of 43, it looked like his time was up. Did you think that you were going to die at any stage?
No, you don't realize that you're going to die. One always wants to breathe, but I felt really bad when my daughter told me that I was practically dead. And when she went like this, Dad, live for me, live for me. So when my daughter tells me this, I say to myself, wow, I was dying, and my daughter wanted to rescue me. I mean, I was practically dead. I mean, I was in a coma. My daughter said to me, Daddy, Daddy, live for me. The youngest one.
Was that the turning point, do you think?
Sí.
Were you aware during this stage of the massive feeling of affection for you from right around the world?
Yes, that also gave me the strength to recover as fast as possible. Seeing on television that people were praying for me, praying that I would get better, that gave me strength.
Do you feel that sometimes with an addiction that you have to reach the lowest point to make you realise that there's something worth fighting for?
Yes, the thing is, even while others want to help you, you are out of reach. I mean, you shut yourself off inside yourself and you don't speak to anyone. But certainly what happened to me, I was almost dead. I mean, you can't go on lower than that. You can't get any lower. I think what makes me want to keep on living is being able to see my daughters every day. Before I used to see them around, but I was addicted to drugs, so I didn't enjoy them. I didn't touch them. I saw them. But as if they flashed before me. Everything was flashing by.
You've come a long way over the last 18 months or so.
Yes. It's been a year since my operation, and a lot longer, almost 2 years, that I haven't taken any drugs. I feel perfect. I feel great. I get up every morning with lots of energy.
It's not just in his battle with drugs that Maradona's enjoying success nowadays. He's become the host of the most popular TV show in Argentina, La Noche del 10. The Night of the 10 is rather like his life, a little over the top.
All the stars coming, everybody want to know Diego, and everybody want to go to his show.
I play with him in football tennis, and when you play with your idol in his program, was something good.
This was television like I'd never seen it before. It was an extraordinarily surreal mixture of reality show and expensive kind of Italian super production chat show. But also the kind of quality of the guests is amazing. You know, it's almost like people are saying, please may we come on your show? And then he's kind of not that interested in them.
Castro called him. That was an interview who all the journalists of the world want to do, but Diego did it.
It was a very important time for him, while he was still recovering, to receive all that warmth from the people.
I say I ought to thank the guy upstairs, the beard, as I call him. He gives me opportunities, and I make the most of them. And I give my all to make the most of them.
La aprovecho con todo lo que tengo.
We made a brilliant program. We had great fun. People were with us all along, and we gave the people what they wanted. I really enjoyed myself. It was a real challenge for me. I trained at home with my 2 daughters. I studied everything. It wasn't a question of my just going along to see what happened, not at all. I took the responsibility very seriously, but to a new world, which was television.
You've also got an interest now in politics as well. We've seen you, of course, in Cuba with Fidel Castro on many occasions. Where did that interest come from?
No, I'm not interested in politics. I think that politics is dirty business. I don't believe politicians.
Nunca va a ser presidente de Argentina,
No, no me interesa la política.
No, I'm not interested in politics.
Creo que
I believe we have to make this a better country.
Un país mejor.
But I also think we should be more self-critical in order to motivate those so-called politicians who are the ones who can give us a better country.
Fidel Castro
is the most iconic figure we have in the world.
más representativo que tenemos en el mundo.
He risked his life for his land,
por su tierra,
and he gives the people what he can.
Y le da a la gente lo que puede.
For all Diego's triumphs, whether on the box or in the box, beating his addictions would surely be the most impressive. At his heaviest, he weighed almost 20 stone and had his stomach stapled in an effort to control his obesity.
Es riesgosa, pero yo si no la hacía, llegó un momento que me comía 2 pizzas mirando un partido de fútbol. No tengo ansiedad, no tengo nada. Como muy poco.
Now back to full health, living at the home of his parents is a constant reminder to Diego of what he almost lost. As for his daughters, being the proud father is a joy he's finally experiencing. You speak English?
Yeah.
Yes? Good.
Sí, muy bien. Muy bien.
¿Qué iba a decir él, no?
Hablaba ella en inglés, perfecto, con Bono. Y Bono me felicitó a mí por el inglés.
Where were you in England?
In London.
In London. Whereabouts? Whereabouts? In London? At school?
No, in school, no. I only study here English.
Very good. Muy bien. ¿Hablas poco?
No,
¿Nada?
Yo nada.
Italiano, español.
Italiano, español y por teléfono.
CND.
¿Eh?
CND.
La Paz.
La Paz.
Gary, ¿qué tomás?
Aside from his family, Boca Juniors are the love of Maradona's life. They're his hometown club, he played for them twice, and he never misses a home game. And we're off to see them play.
You go at the back with Diego, yeah? And can you feel from the front? No. Front seat, yeah?
Do what he's told to do.
Va bien, ¿no? ¿El equipo? El equipo va bien, sí. Ahora estaba empatando Independiente 1-1 con River, el resultado que yo te dije hoy. Sí. Y si gana Boca, queda primero.
Directivo.
Sí, yo soy presidente honorario, pero sí. Sin sueldo, sin nada. Presidente que decide a los jugadores que quiero que compren. Esta semana tengo que ir a hablar con el presidente porque les prometió un premio y no se los pagó. No se los voy a agarrar de acá, sí.
Se dice que hay un ambiente muy especial en este
Boca.
Sí.
Inigualable.
Sí.
Inigualable. Y dentro de 2 fechas juegan Boca y River en cancha de Boca. Boca y River. Ese como el Brasil-Argentina, Argentina-Brasil. Oh, está bien.
There can't be another individual in world sport more adored by his public than Maradona. The Boca fans are not only grateful for his loyalty to the club, but the fact that he's alive and back amongst them. There's an extraordinary atmosphere at La Bombonera. The fans never stop singing, and the words were not always about the players on the pitch, but the little fella in the stand.
I don't think there's any sport better than football. I don't think such a thing exists. All sports may be very noble, but the number one sport, the king of sports, that's football. When I'm running after a ball, it's fun. I feel pleasure. I feel joy. It's very intense.
Es algo mucho más fuerte. Voy a ir
I will be going to see the World Cup.
Difícil. Porque
it's difficult.
Es un mes que
it's a month in which you play for all or nothing. It depends on how you are when you get there. Argentina will have a chance.
Yeah.
England has a good team. Perhaps stronger, much stronger than previous World Cups. I think with the experience of its players, it could be a good World Cup for them. Rooney, Wayne Rooney. I like him very much. He's strong, he's tough, he sticks his bum out. He has character.
Fuerte, tiene derecha, lo tiene. No, claro, si no, van.
The truth is, I'm going through a wonderful phase. After losing 54 kilos and being completely detoxed, I'm well. I feel physically well. Maybe before I was physically okay on the outside, but now I'm also well on the inside. Today, I want to live.
Sufres, ¿eh? Dime. Estás loco, hombre.
Gracias, ya nos vemos en Europa, ¿ok?
Espero que sí. Mundial.
Gracias, mundial.
Suerte.
Chao, muchachos.
Adiós.
I came to Argentina not really knowing what to expect. What I found was a man enjoying a second chance at life and a nation rejoicing in his resurrection.